Welcome to our special episode 4 of Prominent Pets, the podcast where we help people learn about all of the different household animals known as pets. In this episode, we will discuss two rare pets, monkeys and pigs. So, again, welcome to Prominent Pets, the podcast where we discuss and inform you of recent developments in the wild world of pet ownership. We are your hosts, Alex Olson
and Allison Strauss. As always, the show will be divided up into 3 parts. Part 1 will provide history, Part 2 adoption tips, and Part 3 will tell you some interesting stories.
So, let's begin. There are roughly 6 different species of monkeys that can possibly be kept as pets, with some being much easier to care for than others. The main type kept as a pet is the capuchin, which is instantly familiar to most people when they see a picture, and originates from South America. It must be mentioned that ownership is frowned upon by some pet enthusiasts, mainly due to monkeys being demanding and potentially aggressive. In most cases, a secure enclosure must be provided for the monkey, which is basically a separate personal room wherever they live, with an ever-changing assortment of toys and exercise equipment to ensure they don't get bored.
When owners are willing to provide the extra time and effort required to own a pet monkey, you can bet that they'll have a strong and happy bond with their animal. Being just as smart as a young child, monkeys can learn advanced tricks and even develop nonverbal communication skills with their owners. They should receive at least an hour outside as well as be exercised every day. And now for some history on pigs.
The pot-bellied pig originally comes from Vietnam and is much smaller than a normal American or European farm pig. Owning a pot-bellied pig as a pet is becoming extremely popular due to them simply being an all-around great pet. Frequently being compared to dogs, pot-bellied pigs are very easy to house train and love receiving attention. They can be taught to walk on a leash, are non-allergenic, flea-free, and mild-mannered. They are also both clean and odorless, which are 2 common misconceptions surrounding pot-bellied pigs.
Pigs can also be very lazy, however. How a dog enjoys playing with their owner because it's fun, a pig will only do it if they receive treats. A pig cannot be told to do anything, but rather must be coerced into doing so. Experts say this is because they are prey when living in the wild, so they're naturally stubborn and hesitant. Also, it is important to point out that veterinary care is expensive, and qualified pot-bellied pig vets don't exist yet in some areas.
Okay, so now that we've established some background on these pets, let's discuss adoption methods. It's important to first point out that ownership laws can vary depending on your location, so be sure to look into that before adopting or purchasing a new pet monkey or pet pig. Some places even require frequent home checks to ensure that the animal is being properly taken care of. Pigs in particular fall into the category of farm animal swine, and because of this are banned through city zoning laws. However, many cities are reforming their laws to include pot-bellied pigs due to their small size and companionship.
Monkeys can be located on the internet using a few different websites dedicated to primate adoption. They can cost between $4,000 and $8,000, without accounting for the extra toys and equipment they will need. Because monkeys are so much like humans, their diet must include different foods and will require meals prepared in advance. However, when they're still young, they must be fed baby formula from a bottle. As stated earlier, owners should dedicate a separate room in their house to the monkey, as well as provide multiple sources of entertainment.
Pig adoption works very similar to monkey adoption, with a few major websites serving as the best sources for adoption. The biggest one is pigplacementnetwork.org, which offers both information as well as pig listings. Experts recommend pigs eat outside and be given grazing time twice a day. Recommended foods include vegetables and fruit, with fruit being used more as a treat due to its sweetness. Owners must keep a close eye on the amount of food they feed their pig, because pigs love food so much and will otherwise never stop eating.
And that will do it for adoption tips. We'll be right back with part 3 of our show after a quick word from our sponsor, TC3.io. You know, I really wish there was a radio station or show that played a real variety of music, something other than just a single genre over and over again.
If you want to hear a variety of music, just listen to Shuffle on TC Campus Connection. It's hosted by digital media instructor Chris, and he really knows his stuff. You name a genre, and Chris probably plays it.
Wow, so you're telling me I can hear a variety of genres?
Sure can. Something cool is always on, but for a variety of music, be sure to check out Shuffle. Welcome back to Prominent Pets. So, we've went over some background and adoption tips surrounding monkeys and pot-bellied pigs. So now let's begin part 3, success stories.
The first one is regarding a capuchin monkey. Meet Mookie. The owner posted a blog detailing her ownership experience. Mookie is a male brown capuchin that became part of our family shortly after he was born. His mother was unable to care for him and unfortunately passed away, so I became his new mama. He was with me constantly, 24 hours a day for the first 2 years of his life, just the same as if he had been able to be cared for by his birth mom. Days turned into weeks, to months, to years, and he slowly became part of our family. Mookie grew and matured and learned respect for us human primates. We have distinct differences, yet we also have so many things in common, it's uncanny. Every day I learn more from Mookie as he learns more from me. Mookie sounds like a great pet and family member.
Our next story comes from Ramona, California, regarding Martin and Nancy's pot-bellied pig ranch, Grazin' Pig Acres. In 1998, Martin and Nancy Kuntz moved to Ramona with their single pet pig, Bailey. Shortly after moving, they noticed that a lot of extra pigs in their city needed a place to go. When interviewed, Nancy said, "There wasn't really a place for unwanted pigs in the county, so once the word got around that we would take them in, it just grew and grew." None of this was planned. Many are like Betty, this 3-year-old black and white pig who grew too big for her owner's apartment. Many people think pigs will stay small, but they don't. They now keep nearly 100 pigs on their property at all times and are always open to rehoming their animals. Wow, what a cool story. Well, folks, that will do it for episode 4 of Prominent Pets, the podcast where we help people learn about all of the different household animals known as pets.
Remember to subscribe to our podcast to ensure you stay current with our new episodes. Check back next week for episode 5.
Thanks for listening and have a great day.